Hola y bienvenidos todos. Today in the Spanish Illustrated series is Unit 1, Lesson F. And today we'll be going over the ER conjugation. What is the ER conjugation, you may ask? Well, as you recall from the last episode, in Spanish there are three main types of conjugation. You have the AR verbs, the ER verbs, and the IR verbs. Now each one has its own way of conjugating or matching up the subject with the verb, but they all are quite similar. However, ER is definitely one of the harder ones because most ER verbs are irregulars. Now, as you also recall, and to be a verb, a word must have an ER, AR, or IR on the end. In this category is going to be ER. The model verb today is going to be comer, which means to eat. Comer, obviously, is a very important verb because who doesn't like eating? So let's learn how to conjugate it. For ER verbs, the ending for the yo or I subject is the same as in AR verbs and IR verbs. It's just an O. Como. Remember, you take off the ER and then you add the ending. Obviously, the ending here is in red. So you take off the ER and add the thing in red, keeping the last three letters. For to, or you would add an ES. Comes. For usted, ella, as you recall, those are all conjugated in the same way. You would just add an E, or take off the R. Come. For nosotros, or nosotras, you would add emos, E-M-O-S, after taking off the ER. Comemos. That one is pretty fun to say. For vosotros, as you recall, vosotros is just in Spain, and it means you all informally. You would conjugate with a E with an accent, don't forget the accent, and then an I and an S. Or comes. Don't say ice. Comes. Ustedes, ellos, and ellas are all conjugated the same way, just like their singular counterparts. Just add en after you take off the er. Ustedes comen, ellos comen, ellas comen. And that's it. Let's look at some more and practice. Beber, to drink. I'll give you a moment to try to think of what these could be. Yo bebo, tú bebes, usted bebe, él, ella bebe, nosotros bebemos, vosotros bebéis, ustedes beben, or ellas beben. Next, leer. Now, you may not have been expecting this, but this one is actually an irregular. As you look at the yo form, you will see that they add a Y. No one really knows why they add a Y. It still would have been pronounced leo, it seems, if you hadn't added a Y, but they added a Y. So just remember, yo, leo. It says yo right in the word. Next, lees. Usted, él, ella, lee. Don't say lee, lee. Nosotros leemos. Vosotros lees. Ustedes leen. Or ellos, ellas leen. Next. Correr, to run. Corro, corres, corre, corremos, corres, corren. Next. Aprender, to learn. This is how you would say, I am learning Spanish. Aprendo español. So, I am learning is aprendo. You, aprendes, aprende, aprendemos, aprendes, aprenden. Next, we have deber, to should, Now, this is a little more weird of a conjugation, weird of a word. Now, the infinitive may sound weird, but it makes sense when you think about it. I should would be debo, tú debes, usted debe, nosotros debemos, vosotros debéis, and ustedes, ellos, ellas deben. One way to remember this as to should is debt. Debt is spelled D-E-B-T, and you should pay your debts. Moving on. This is an irregular verb, ver, which means to see. Veo, ves, ve, vemos, ves, ven. As you can see, the first one is irregular, veo, because vo just sounds weird. That one is pretty easy to remember. Finally, we have poder, which means to can or to be able. Now, this one has something we call a stem change. Sometimes, when it doesn't sound right to do podo, you have to change the stem or the vowels in the part that you don't take off. In this case, it's an O to UE change. Note that you only change the stem in the yo, tú, usted, él, ella, or ustedes, ellos, ellas form. Nosotros and vosotros stay the same. You might call that a shoe verb, because it looks somewhat like a shoe. Let's pronounce it. Yo puedo, tú puedes, usted, él, ella puede, nosotros podemos, vosotros podéis, ustedes, ellos, ellas pueden. One more time. Puedo, puedes, puede, podemos, podéis, pueden. Now let's review all the ones we've gone over one more time. Comer is to eat. That one is regular. Como, comes, come. Beber, or to drink. Bebo, bebes, bebe. Leer, or to read, has a slight irregular. Leo, lees, lees. Le. Correr, to run. Corro, corres, corre. Aprender, aprendo, aprendes, aprende. To learn. Debo, to should, that weird one, as in you should pay your debts. Ver, as you recall, has an irregular yo, veo, and means to see. Poder, to be able, is O to UE. And that's all the ones we learned today. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget, next Wednesday we will have another one looking at IR verbs. Very similar to the ER verbs, and perhaps a little harder. Remember, dicere outro sprache, es ouvir o porta. Thank you. This has been Spanish Illustrated Unidad 1 Conjugation.